Hey y'all, Kentucky Farmer here, and welcome back to my Let's Play series here on Goldcrest Valley on the new Farming Simulator 17. And this is episode 11. This was supposed to be episode 12. There was an unfortunate event involving the audio save file from my last recording. So instead of this being 12, this is now episode 11. But I do have some good news. In the lost episode, we wound up doing some jobs, and we are now just shy of $400,000. So I've got some money here, and let me show you what I did. The only thing I did was work on was to do missions in the last episode, so I'm not really that sad that it's missing, because the missions are getting kind of boring. So I'm trying to power through the missions to get the money I need to move on to the next phase here, so that we can start to make some more interesting episodes. I harvested field 1, 6, 23, 20, and 30, and then I actually spread slurry on field 30 and plowed field 30. But as I was plowing field 30, this popped up here that Denton Bakery actually has currently a high demand for wheat, and wheat is like the only thing that we actually have right now. So I'm gonna grab my tractor and my little tiny tipper and get what wheat we do have in storage and go sell it at Denton Bakery. So let's get started. Come over here and hop in my tractor. Come back around and grab this tipper. All right. Now we're just gonna head on over here to our silos. Start filling with wheat. Oh, there we go. Now, if I remember right from the tutorial, wheat is what we sold at last. Well, obviously, wheat is what we sold last time. That's all we have. But Denton Bakery is where we sold the wheat in the tutorial. So this should be right back downtown. You can kind of see the blinking icon on the map there. So it's right down here. I love that the bakery has giant muffins that spin up on the roof. Alright, tip side back, I'll unload. A little over $4,000. That is not a whole lot of money, but hey, it's alright. Like I've mentioned in previous videos, I try really hard to not sell any of my crops unless there's a great demand. So as soon as I see one pop up, if it's something I've got in stock, whoa buddy, if it's something I've got in stock, I'm kind of in a hurry to go ahead and make the sale. So but hey, that $4,000 pushed us into $400,000 total. So we are really close to getting that combine. I'm probably gonna go do a couple more missions first. I kind of wanted to, like, I kind of wanted to have about 500,000, because not only do I have, like, I'm gonna sell my current combine and my current header, so I get some money for that, but I'll need to buy a new header, right? So the headers aren't cheap either. I think the big 45-foot header for that New Holland is like $65,000. So we got a little bit more work to do before we can get there. Alright, I'll park this guy. And one of the things I didn't even think about, in this game, this differs from 2015 in that you start with chickens. You can't really buy chickens, right? So you can buy pigs, sheep, and cows, but you can't buy chickens. So the ones that you have are the ones that you have. And they do lay eggs, though. So I should be coming out here periodically and picking these up, because I imagine it was like before in that there's like a maximum that they'll lay, and then once that maximum is reached, they're not going to lay anymore. So I should kind of stay on top of these and actually come out here and pick these up. At least once a day. Alright, so I got all that. The other thing is, if I remember right, the last episode I left off, see, it's hard for me because there's the missing episode, right? So in the last episode, I think when we left off, it was nighttime. It was the end of the day. And so I fast forwarded till 7 a.m. and then I've actually now played off camera for a little over 3 hours. So, and in that time, all of our fields have actually sprouted, so they're in their first growth stage. This is our barley, and then this field up here, I think, is our soybeans. Yeah, that's soybeans. And then this field way over here should be our canola field. So I'm going to run over here. Yep, that's canola. Looking good. And then I can bring up our info page here. And you can see that they're in the first growth stage and that they are all fully fertilized to the third stage, and none of them need plowing, which is a good sign. And yeah, so canola, soybeans, and barley. And now after this harvest, the next thing we're going to have to plant is some wheat. Now that we just sold it all. So, alright. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do is, well, let's check. What is our target dollar amount here again? Alright, so we need $30,000 more in order to buy the harvester, which really we only need like a little bit, because once we sell the one we have, which is worth 20 something, we'll pretty much have the money. But then, like I was saying, I need to buy a head, and the Superflex Draper 45 foot is 62,000, and I'm not too worried about it yet, but then I'll need to get these two heads also. I thought this was weird. I figured I'd mention this. So with a corn header, we can harvest corn or sunflowers. And then you've got these helianthus headers that just harvest sunflower. And I was like, well, why? if this is 12 meters and this is 12 meters, then why on earth would I buy this, which would then effectively be just for corn, and this, which would be effectively just for sunflowers? Well, it is just for sunflowers. And then I noticed something. If you look here, this is a max speed of 6 miles an hour. Well, this one has a max speed of 9 miles an hour. So you can go 30% faster with this header while doing sunflowers. So I guess that makes it worth it to have a dedicated header for it. When we get to that point in the game that we decide we want to grow sunflowers, I'll go ahead and get one of these. I mean, really, when you think about it, $54,000 for a specialized header is peanuts compared to when you get into potatoes and beet harvesting, right? And you're buying a $429,000 harvester specifically for potatoes, and you know, I think beets is even worse. Well, yeah, 495 plus 78. So, yeah, beets get expensive, but I guess you do make a lot of money doing it. So, anywho, another thing that I heard recently that we'll have to do some research on here. If you notice, there is, let's see if I can find a different page that's easier to explain this. I think maybe this one. No, so you see these, you're going to see these two icons, right? So there's this grass icon and then this grass icon. And what I think that's differentiating, let me go to the last screen and see if it says anything about it. So it's not there. And then, yeah, oh, farming basics, advanced knowledge, grass usage. No. Collecting grass? No. Grass and hay? No. Alright, so not seeing it, but yeah, haha, here we go. Alright, so grass can be cut with a mower, it can be gathered with a loading wagon, and that's grass, right? And we're used to that, it's the dark green stuff. Hay is grass dried with a tedder, and it can be put into bales. So with a little star, or I guess that's a sun, there's a little sun next to it, meaning you've dried the grass. So if we go back here to what I was talking about with these forage harvester heads, if you look at the easy flow, it takes grass or hay. And so you can no longer pick up a straw windrow with this, which is good because I'm fairly certain in real life you don't pick up straw windrow with a forage harvester, right? And then with these disc heads, you can chaff wheat, barley, canola, soybeans, or grass. So just so it's clear, right? So this head here on the crone, you could mow grass and the forage harvester will spit it out as chaff. But then if you use this one, you can pick up grass windrow or hay or dried grass windrow. And I'm pretty sure it does not output it as chaff anymore. It outputs it as one of those two types. And then, of course, the corn one still outputs as corn chaff. And then, like this one here is the specialized head for poplars. And this one actually outputs as wood chips. So, yeah, forage harvesting may have gotten a little more interesting. So this will be fun here in at the rate we're going, it'll probably be a few more weeks, but we'll get to start playing with these eventually, especially when it comes time to get into livestock. We'll need silage eventually for cows and selling at the BGA, although the BGA is not a money factory anymore, so you don't make nearly as much money there as you used to. So you may not be doing a ton of that. Okay. So now that we've covered that, when I know I need $30,000. Let's just assume I'm going to pay cash for this, and I need $60,000 for the header. So that means I need basically $100,000. And then whatever I get as trade-in on the old one is icing on the cake. So I'm almost there. I need $100,000 more, which with 3 big fields, I should basically be able to get that with plowing missions. I'm not a fan of plowing missions, but it will make me some money. So, all right, let's pop this open and go to our map, and then we're gonna teleport down to field 30, and we'll do the cultivating and the planting on 30, just because that's a little bit different. And if I can put off plowing again, that'd be great. So, all right, Tiger 10 LT with a Magnum CVX. Wow, and we'll only get $7,000. That's not a lot, but every bit counts. All right, another $8,000. I'm not too sure how well it's going to show up on the video, but that tractor was acting like it was on skates. Like, I don't know. I've used that same tractor in missions before, but just with different equipment. I've never had that problem with it. So I don't know if it was the cultivator it was pulling. Maybe that cultivator was like approaching the maximum horsepower for that tractor, and would have been better off with like the Challenger or one of the bigger tractors. But man, it just kept pulling like way off to the right and then pull way off to the left, and so you just had to spend a lot of time correcting it. But that's okay, we got it done. So what do we got next? Ooh, seeding with the Condor. I don't think I've gotten to seed with the Condor yet. Yes, please. All right, 6,600. That was actually pretty enjoyable. That I really like that Condor. Did a good job, tracked really well. So I probably would have put a little bit bigger tractor in front of it, but that was nice. And we've got no missions left for Mary over here. We can come down here and check out what's on this field. Although this field here has been seeded, but you can tell that's quite a bit darker than this, so they may have like a fertilizing mission for us on this field. Yep. Okay. Alright, that was an easy 4 grand. Let's check out our map here and see what other options we've got. We might, let's go see if there's anything to be done on 23. It may need to have a slurry spread on it. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Cool. That's some easy money there. Let's see, the next job is a plowing job with the Titan 11 and a 900 Vario. That's actually not bad. That's a decent plow for this field. So I'll go ahead and do this. Nice, it's pretty good, 11 grand there. And now I imagine he wants us to cultivate. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. Alright, not bad. $6,000. We are at 442,000. Alright, so now we should probably have a seeding job here. Go ahead and save. I keep forgetting to periodically save. I'm gonna get in trouble with that one of these times. Alright. Rapid A with the Lamborghini. Alright, let's do it. Oh, almost $7,000. That's pretty good. We are almost up to 450. Alright, let's do this. Alright, another $4,000. And that should be, yep, the last thing we can do here. So I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. We're at just over $450,000. I wanted to get to $500,000 before I actually bought the that harvester. So in the next episode, well, between now and the next episode, I'll probably do a couple more missions and get the rest of the money, and then in the next episode we'll go ahead and move forward with that purchase. So be sure to check back. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps a lot. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them below. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'm Kentucky Farmer. Thanks for watching.